my name is Kimmi and welcome back to a new episode of Magic Mirror. For this week's episode, I watched an extremely goofy movie. I figured I would watch an extremely goofy movie because I have done a previous video on a goofy movie. An extremely goofy movie is a story about how Goofy, who is kind of clumsy, has a son Max, which I've talked about in my previous video, and at this point, Max is going off to college. Goofy is extremely proud of Max, but Max kind of gets annoyed at Goofy because he starts to crash his college life. I didn't necessarily relate to a specific character in this movie, more so just the things that were going on. Like Max, when I came to college, my parents were kind of sad that I was leaving because I'm originally from New Jersey and I go to school in Chicago. So it's about half a country away from home. And I couldn't wait to leave for college. I was a little nervous and part of me was like, I don't want to go because it was new and unfamiliar, but I was still super excited to get out of my hometown, meet new people, do something that I want to do with the rest of my life. So I understand Max's point of view of I can't wait to leave home. But I also understand Goofy's side of it because I know for a fact that when I got up and left home, my parents probably were like, what? I guess the difference between me and Max would be that I miss my parents. I miss being home sometimes. I love being out in Chicago. I love my new home here. But now I also have kind of two homes. I have my home here and I have my home in New Jersey. Both feel like home in their own ways. And it seems like Max, kind of for most of the movie, doesn't really miss being home and doesn't miss his dad. And I always miss my parents. I call them a lot, as much as I can with being busy. The other thing that was relatable with this movie was that when Max goes off to college, there's this whole thing about a skateboarding competition. And college is technically one big competition. You want to do well. You want to be one of the best in your field because technically you're going against all of the people in your classes. If you're going for the same thing as a career, you're gonna be competing against them to get jobs in the future. And I know that this connection is a little bit far-fetched, but it's what I thought about because their whole college experience is about this skateboarding competition. My whole college experience is about being the best at editing that I can be, because the film industry is very competitive and in order to get a job, you need to be good at what you're doing. So that's all I have for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give that like button a click. Also subscribe to my channel if you want to see me talk about more Disney movies in the future. And I will see you guys next Friday.